Okay, you guys, welcome to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando. Yeah, yeah. We are about to react to this thing. So, six disturbing videos from around the internet, you guys. Sorry for the very disturbing intro, but let's see what the hell this is. What the hell, bro?
Yeah, this mine definitely has a very spooky vibe to it. So I'm going to head back out and check out the other stuff that's here. This is just too wet.
Okay,
Dying boat for it, what? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Some videos stay with you long after you've watched them. Not
Yes, they
because
do.
they're shocking, but because they feel wrong. What you're about to see isn't just disturbing. It's the stuff of nightmares. These are the 6 most disturbing videos found on the internet. He had explored over 100 abandoned mines, but nothing felt like this. On July 8th, 2013, he decided to explore the haunted Horton mine, which didn't go as planned. The Horton mine near the Victorine mine in Nevada was different. From the moment he stepped inside, the air felt wrong. It was cold and damp, and the water was coming from the tunnel. Though it has been years that no one has visited this place, so water coming in outward direction was making no sense at all.
I mean, I'm not an expert in mines, but that just means there is either an exit to this mine, or that is pretty cool. That I didn't did they make mines like this? I mean, obviously we're looking at it, but that's pretty cool. Yeah. So again, I'm not a ex mine expert, but but I've been very curious to go into a mine if it wasn't because it's extremely dangerous, you guys. There is, just because you could walk in doesn't mean you could walk out. Because if you start, talking too loud, the vibration because move certain things, and they could be a collapse of sorts. So tread very carefully. This guy, as a mine expert, I mean, to me, the water coming out is because there's an exit, right?
Okay, here's a lower adit at the Victorine mine. I believe this was an older mine that once they dug the upper tunnels, this got incorporated into the same claim or whatever. This, I forget what this was called, this particular mine entrance here, but this one's got a little bit of water in it coming out of it. Not much. Okay, we can go in here and just take a quick look. I don't think I'm going to explore this particular mine. There's a little bit too much water in here, and I know this mine is really old.
As he moved deeper, the sight of old rusted chains hanging from the ceiling made the place even more disturbing. The tunnel was flooded in parts, and the water reflected the dim light in strange, shifting patterns. He still moved forward, planning to explore it all, but the feeling of being watched never left him.
I do see other footprints here in the mud, but I just don't think it's wise to go in here when there's water. Try to avoid this if I can. I'm gonna have to step across here. Let me turn my light on. Okay, here's a shot looking down the adit from just inside the portal, and some water here and there. So I'll go up here just a little bit further and see if it dries out any. Okay, a little further inside the tunnel here. There's still water. You can see it really flowing here in front of me, right here, and this coming out here, out the tunnel. Yeah, this looks pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
I'll go a few feet further in and check it out, but I think I'm going to pass on this one
Yeah.
I've
sure.
ever been in, just because of how dilapidated it is and all these chains hanging down from the overhead, and there's a shot looking down the tunnel even further, but still pretty wet. And taking a look around here back at the entrance, which is there. Okay, here's a shot looking back towards the entrance. I'm a little bit further in.
Then it happened. One of the chains started swinging, slowly at first, then more noticeably, and there was no wind, no draft, nothing that could explain it. Shivers ran down his spine. He stood frozen, watching it move on its own.
And looking down the tunnel here.
My question is is that safe to breathe in? Because I hope he has a mask. Because when I go into these abandoned places myself, due to lead, freak, asbestos, there's so many airborne pathogens that are dangerous to inhale, and he genuinely seems like one once you're once you start witnessing something like you can't really control very well your breathing because you're almost panicking. So like, does he have a mask on? Because it doesn't seem like he has a mask on, and there's just all of this stuff all over, like above him. I hope you're good, my guy.
I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not. Yeah, this mine definitely has a very spooky vibe to it. So I'm going to head back out and check out the other stuff that's here. This is just...
He knew it was time to leave. This wasn't his imagination. He'd never posted anything about the paranormal before. His videos were about history, exploration, and abandoned places. But this was different. This was real.
too muddy. And obviously something is making the chains swing. So time to get the hell out of here. A lot of water everywhere. And there's a shot looking back towards the entrance.
As he turned back toward the entrance, the sound of dripping water grew louder, like footsteps following him. He didn't stop. He didn't look back. And when he finally reached daylight, the mine behind him felt like it was still watching. With that being said, let's move on to our second most disturbing video.
Man, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, I gotta say. But there are just some people that do things uh that is very dangerous, and all I'm gonna say is be safe out there, you guys. We only get one life, and then on to the next. So cherish this one and be careful with what you do. I would never go out in the field by myself due to safety purposes. And there's really no pros in doing anything by yourself because there's not even nobody there that would, correlate your experiences if, So yeah, yeah. Be careful, you guys.
From the internet, November 28th, 2007. It was just a normal evening. He had let his dogs outside and set his camera down in the living room. The house was quiet, peaceful, and nothing out of the ordinary. Or so he thought.
What you doing?
The dogs played around, their soft noises filling the room. Everything seemed normal, but just moments later, something happened that changed everything.
That's my sock. Let me go my sock. Have it. You guys wanna go pee-pee? Okay, let's go pee-pee. Come on, guys. Let's go.
After he left the room, a dark shape appeared, a shadowy figure that looked like a person. It moved silently, slipping into a dark room as if it belonged there. There was no sound, no warning, just that sudden, terrifying presence. The picture on the wall began to sway, slowly at first, then more noticeably. There was no breeze. No one was near it. It moved on its own, as if touched by unseen hands. Have a look at it again. He had always believed in ghosts, but had never experienced anything like this. After watching the footage, there was no more doubt. Whatever that thing was, it had been in his house. And now, he couldn't shake the feeling that maybe it still was. Moving on to our
You see, I kind of like the video just because the shadow did block off whatever shiny surface that was. I didn't really care for the picture frame moving because he did say he was going to walk the dogs or, pee pee. So, he opened the door, created the drafts, things move. That with the, you know, unless it was edited in, that was a pretty good catch. If it wasn't edited in, that is a very good catch, I gotta say.
third disturbing footage around the internet. On November 28th, 2024, it was supposed to be just a quick exploration. His friend borrowed the camera with night vision and went to check out an old, abandoned school. The place had been empty for years, according to their research.
All right, found this abandoned school. Let's check it out. Have a wonderful and safe summer. Let's do it. Okay. To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Okay. Can you read that? Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah, I haven't really went on too many solo adventures, so I guess we'll see what happens. Heck yeah.
The entrance looked harmless. A sign still hung by the door. Have a wonderful and safe summer. But there was no safety in that place. As he stepped inside, the surroundings had an eerie. The halls were dark and silent. He joked about heading toward the darkness, but there was an edge in his voice. Something didn't feel right.
I guess I'll go towards the darkness. Might as well. I should turn on my flashlight. Maybe get night mode up in here. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh yeah, that's better. Ugh. That is actually awesome. Look at all that. I don't know if you can see that with night mode. Let me see. No, okay, there we go. Let me see. Let me see it like.
Then the noises started. A strange sound echoed through the hall, a soft shuffling, like something moving just out of sight. He turned on the night mode, but it only made things worse. The shadows seemed deeper. The darkness felt alive.
Like that, I'll try to get it to where you can see it in color. Look at those. No, you actually can't see it. What the heck?
Things got terrifying. Random objects that hadn't been there before were suddenly scattered across the floor. Chairs had been dragged into new positions. The way he had entered was now blocked.
What the heck?
This is more like it.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna check these out.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Okay. What the heck?
Then there was a sign left that said run. He realized he wasn't alone. The sound of footsteps grew louder, but no one was there. He ran, but even then, it felt like something was right behind him.
Okay,
Okay, I mean, all right, let's finish it off.
That video captured more than just an empty school. It showed proof that some places should just stay abandoned. Let's move on to our next horrifying.
All right, so I'm gonna say this, like, from experience, if you're walking into an abandoned location, you are exploring. This guy looked like he knew exactly where he was going. So either he's been there before or all of this was a setup. I'm going to lean towards the setup because, even with his, reaction to certain things, it didn't really seem authentic. And the fact of the matter is, that he was kind of setting himself up, right? Walking around like if he knew where he was going. And then, and I'm sure he had other people with him there because, first of all, um, he made a beeline straight to the stairs. Like all of this, is this his first time? Because if not, it's yeah, it very well seems like he's been here before. And also the other things is that, you don't really see anything but the direction of the camera. And he made it very well that, if there are any hidden spots of the camera view, he made it very well. So, even if there was somebody like close by, which I highly doubt because that there's so much space and room that I'm pretty sure all of his buddies was already inside the building. But that bus looked very new also. I know that this place it's definitely abandoned, but that bus looked pretty new. And this is pretty much a normal in New York. In New York, this is normal, so let's just get this done.
Footage. On May 9th,
Hell no.
2014, the video went viral on the internet with the title Edmonton Train Attack by Possessed Girl. It started like any other ride. The train was calm, passengers quietly lost in their world. But then, everything changed. A girl, no older than her early 20s, sat quietly until she didn't. Without warning, she let out a low, animal-like growl, a sound no human should make. Heads turned. People froze in fear. No one knew what was happening to this girl.
Central Station.
Then she snapped. She lunged at the elderly man sitting next to her. He didn't even have time to react. She clawed and hit, her face twisted with rage. It was like she had no control, no sense of who she was attacking.
Next stop, Churchill Station.
Suddenly, she collapsed when the cops tried to restrain her. Her body shook violently, her limbs jerking in unnatural ways. The train fell silent, except for the sound of her tremors against the floor.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Chill, 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 chill. Chill. Whoa. Shit.
That's too much right there. I don't give a crap if you a woman. If you lunge at me like this, yo, we squaring up. We are going to square up. But here's the thing. The person recording seems like she is, authentic. It- this could easily be caused by drugs, and this is the reaction of people on drugs. Now, why did she start recording her right away? Is my question, because it seemed like in the beginning, it was just normal. So I could understand people grabbing their phones to record something when it's already happening, not before it happens. You guys understand what I'm trying to say?
They know each other. Hey. She's probably fucking possessed. No, she's probably just.
Was it a seizure, a breakdown, or was it something far darker? Those who saw it swear there was something evil in her eyes, something that wasn't human. With that being said, let's move on to the next.
I don't know. I was born and raised in New York, and that is normal. That is normal. It is obviously a very sad case when people are using drugs and they're out in public. You know, to me, if you have some extra curriculum activities, do it at the comfort of your own home, at the privacy of your own home, and do what you want. Do what you want. But doing something and then going out in public, right away people want to throw the word possession and all this and that. I could easily say that that was due to drugs more so than a possession. And if there are any mental illnesses that would give this kind of reaction, then that too. But to jump straight into being possessed and stuff like this, and unfortunately, to another person that's coming home from work, having some chick freaking grab and pull your hair and punch you, yeah, I'm gonna be extremely furious, and yeah, it's gonna be
Footage
issues.
that shook the whole world. The Apple River stabbings in July 2022 was one of the most viral cases all over the internet. It was supposed to be a fun day on the water, tubing, laughter, and sunshine. But what happened on the Apple River in Wisconsin turned into a nightmare no one could have imagined.
What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Get away from us!
Nicola Mew was snorkeling in the river, claiming to search for a friend's missing cell phone. But when a group of teens accused him of looking at young girls underwater, Things quickly escalated. Voices rose in anger. He's looking for little girls. One of them shouted.
What? What's going on with y'all homie? He's on camera. Scripting. He's on 4K. Yo, the new iPhone got that good quality. What did you say? Yeah, what the hell? Who is this? Yes. For the culture! For the culture! Who is that? For the culture! Who is that? Who the hell is this? He's looking for little girl!
The tension grew. Miu stood his ground, smirking, holding a knife low at his side. The group asked him more than 20 times to leave, but he didn't. The first punch was thrown, and Miu fell into the shallow water.
He said he was looking for a little girl!
You're looking for a little girl?
Yeah!
That's exactly what he said.
Weirded us out! I didn't have that part on camera, did I?
Some young ass kid.
What the hell is this guy's problem, bro?
This guy looking for little
We trying to have fun. Is he gonna claim you? He's gonna claim you! We don't want this motherfucker! I don't on camera! He on camera! Oh God! Oh God, he on camera! Oh God, he on He hit a woman? He hit a woman? You hit a woman! He hit a woman! You got him! What the fuck is that?
Then the horror began. In just 25 seconds, Miu had stabbed 5 people. One of them noticed the water turning red. Panic set in. He's dying. Someone screamed as they saw 17-year-old Isaac Schumann collapse, fatally wounded.
He's dying, bro! What? Oh my God! Oh my God!
All right, you guys, I'm gonna say this. If you come across a situation where there's I don't even know what word is okay to use here on YouTube. That finds an older person attracted to younger people. Uh, dude, like, call the authorities. Do not handle it yourself. And due to the fact that these are all teenagers, they're all stupid. I'm sorry. They're all stupid and ignorant. As far as I could tell, besides of what they're yelling, but they just recorded themselves attacking an older person. So not for nothing, the guy's gonna defend himself. There's like 7 dumbasses on top of this one person, and it's easy to throw an accusation, but be smart. Be smart. There's no, there's no reason why you need to start pushing or even putting your hands on another person. It, man, that's why when a group of teenagers gets together, you really need to look for like the best way to I don't even know what the freak to say. I This isn't anything paranormal. I guess it is disturbing, but guys, like, call the authorities. You're handling the situation on your own, and this is what happens. This is what happens. If he's indeed a, one of those people, then yeah, call the proper authorities. Call, 911. You're obviously using your phone instead of recording your dumbass doing a bunch of dumb stuff. I mean, we were all teenagers at one point, but Jesus, this was annoying.
Oh my god!
Are we serious? Is this real?
Oh my god!
Dude, of course it's serious. Y'all jumped a person. What you think was gonna happen? And oh my god, now that I'm so freaking, oh my god, is this real? Yeah, that's called self-defense. Like, not for nothing, you guys,
Who is that?
And just in case, sorry to pause it, but I'm not defending freaking, yeah. I don't even know what word to use up in here, like freaking, I'm not defending an older person attracted to a younger person. I'm not defending that. But I am going off with what I see, and it's a bunch of teenagers basically jumping another person, throwing accusations. That's what I see.
Oh my god! Is this real? Oh my god! Oh my god, what the fuck? Is this real?
Dude, man, go.
That's not bike! That's not bike! That's not bike! That's not Isaac! Oh my god! Oh my god!
This is the reaction of when a person doesn't know reality. They've been locked away, privileged to be in a nice, safe environment until they are out and about in the real world dealing with real shit. This is the reaction that you get. You turn into a bitch.
This isn't real!
When it was over, Moo calmly returned to his tubing group, claiming someone else had taken his knife. But later, the knife was found on the riverbank, covered in his victim's DNA. This wasn't just a fight. It was a mass murder attempt. And the scars it left behind will never fade. For the last footage of this video,
Oh my God.
we have the blank room soup. Blank room soup is one of the internet's most disturbing and mysterious videos. It shows a man eating from a bowl of soup while crying and shaking in fear. Beside him, two figures in strange mascot costumes stand silently. At one point, one of the costumed figures gently pats the man's shoulder, as if trying to comfort him. But this only makes him more distressed. A chilling theory suggests the soup contains the remains of his late wife, killed by the same people in the costumes. While this has never been confirmed, the video's eerie mix of fear and calm remains a terrifying mystery. These videos leave us with more questions than answers. Whether it's real danger, the unknown, or something truly evil, they show just how terrifying the world can be. And sometimes, the scariest part is knowing these moments were caught on camera. For more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. Comment below which case you find the most horrifying. Don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications.
That was very cringe. That's all I'm gonna say. That was very cringe. Man. But you know what? I'm sorry for the little rant. It was most likely a real situation. with the camp, with the water river. But yeah, it's I was born and raised in New York, and there are just some realities that you have to comprehend. And there are just these kids that don't that lives in a bubble, and when they're out and about they don't know how to act, and that was very annoying, very annoying. But yeah, that last video, it was cringe. I you know there are videos out there that are captured from the dark web, and it's something like this. It's very, I don't believe the story that he was eating his wife's remains, because he was going in that bowl. So obviously all of that could have been orchestrated, but regardless, even the camera quality was very uh cringe. The whole thing was cringe. That's about it. But yeah, you guys, if you are enjoying yourselves and liking these type of videos, do what you do when you like a channel. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.